Do you need to use professional pictures in what you do, like for LinkedIn or maybe for thumbnails on YouTube, or you need a lot of pictures for your presentation? Well, I've got some good news for you, and it is really amazing. Just within the last week, we have seen some amazing changes in AI. This is going to help you and me. I'm going to share with you what I've done. Matter of fact, hang into this video because I'm going to show you exactly what ChatGPT told me we needed to do to fix the problem we were having with it. You know those things called hallucinations, where ChatGPT does something wrong, doesn't quite get it right, or messes up in some area? Well, I figured out how to do it by having ChatGPT tell me, and I'm going to share this with you on this video. I'm Terry Brock with Star Raving Entrepreneurs. We help people like you to solve problems just like this so that you can build your business as a content creator, a YouTuber, if you're podcasting, if you're working with blogging and writing as a professional speaker. Hey, I've been doing that myself for, 42 years now, off to a good start, and working with that in many other areas as a coach, as an author, speaker. So I'm going to show you how to use photographs, particularly now with ChatGPT version 5.2 that they've come up with just recently, and with the image 1.5. They have changed a lot. What do I mean by this? Well, got a lot of things I want to show you. I'm just going to bare my soul to you. This is an important video here. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on here. Now, this is a picture here. I'm looking at Google Gemini and Nano Banana Pro, which is from Google, and then ChatGPT's 5.2 with GPT image 1.5. All those numbers in there, get it there. What I did is this. I took this picture here, and handsome devil that he is, that I am, there it is, that's me right here in my study. Matter of fact, you'll see my study behind me. That was from another angle, and I took this a couple years ago on my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Got a great picture taking capability in it. I really love what Samsung has done with that. But what I did is I uploaded this picture just like you can do. Take the picture, upload it there, and then you can have it design some other things. Look at this. I did this actually right here. This picture came in from Gemini, using Gemini to do it. And what I put in there was a picture of me. And the picture of me was what I just showed you right there. It took that picture of me and put it in there. And hey, it looks, I think, like me. And then it gave me the robot with, notice this, I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit here so you can see it. The robot is pointing to the screen. I told it to do that. It's as if you have the robot saying, I'm doing this, I'm telling you what to do, type on this, type on that. And you can see Terry is a happy boy because of that. Think about how something like this can really help you. You can take your original picture and put it in there and then turn it around in different ways, but it can change it in a way that you don't want. So you look at it and go, oh, that's not me. I found a way to work around it. We were talking about this yesterday extensively in our Star Raving Entrepreneurs meeting, and we had some real breakthroughs. The greatest thing was so many of the people there were able to come up. We gave them a few minutes to work on it, and they tried it. We like to do that, not just speak about what's going on, but you try it, you do it, and then we're here to share and give input. And people came up with some brilliant ideas of what to do and how to correct some of the errors that were coming through. But a whole lot of good things were there on that. But before we get into even that, I want to give you another thing really helpful. If you're using YouTube, I've got some good news for you. Look at this. This is what I consider the best thumbnail that I have ever created. I did it, and I'm not bragging on me. No, I'm saying this is what I got when I used Gemini. When I used Gemini, it came up with this based on the script that I gave it. I told it, okay, here we go. This is the title. Give me a good title for something like that. And it came back with learn anything 10x faster. And notice how it put it in there with the right little curve on it, the different kind of fonts that were there that I wasn't using, a different background. It took the picture that I did when I went something like that and getting the shots for it. And then it also put the ChatGPT symbol in there. All of this was done by Gemini, and I'm looking at ChatGPT doing the similar kinds of things now that you and I can do. And what does that mean? Well, your world and my world have changed dramatically. Now, instead of going to professional photographers all the time for constant updates, we're going to be able to do a whole lot on our own. Now, I know many of my friends, professional photographers, do a lot of photography and do a great job with it, by the way. Far, far better than me. I'm definitely not in that. I use my Samsung Galaxy, I use my iPhone, and I love the pictures they take, but they're not quite perfect. And the problem is not the cameras. It's just, that's not my area of expertise. I'm not that good at it. But Do you realize the breakthrough we've got now? This breakthrough means that you and I can get a simple picture of ourselves, good lighting, make sure the background is okay, make sure things are fine, make sure that we've got the right expression, maybe even put a little bit of makeup on, something like that. And yes, guys, I'm talking to you as well. They do it professionally on TV, so do it when we need to. Women are way ahead of us on this. They know what to do. But put that on there. Now you can start taking pictures that you can use in different areas. And so, like I did here, I took this picture and I was able to say, okay, we're going to take this one right here, the thumb, and it created a nice thumbnail for me. So I want you to start thinking about that, how you're going to be able to use these kind of tools to get the kind of pictures you want. Well, here's something I did yesterday. Let me show you this. I'm going here at really intimate stuff. I took this picture right here on my Samsung S24, and it's right. I'm just sitting here, just turned over this way. And I got a window over here, so a little bit of light coming in on there. I took this picture, and then with that picture, I asked it to create a LinkedIn profile picture for me. And I want you to see what it did. Here it is. It gave me this. So that I looked at that and I thought, well, that kind of sort of looks like me, but not exactly. And then I went to Gina, who knows me better than anybody. So Gina, because Gina sees me more than anybody. She's more than I see myself. I'm not looking in the mirror all that many times. But I look at this and I thought, that's okay, but not quite. It might be a brother. It might be a close cousin or something. But no, definitely not me. And there's a reason why. What happened is that in the algorithm that ChatGPT has and that we see in Gemini and other tools as well, other LLMs, if there's a slight change in some things, they will not allow that. They won't let you do that. Not that there was anything unethical or immoral or illegal done. It's just the way that it works. But I'm going to show you in just a little bit how I worked around, because I just discovered this myself about 30 minutes ago, getting it ready for this particular feature right here. So what I did is I went back again, and then I told it to keep the facial features exact. Do not change those. And when I did that, then we got something that was a lot better. Look at this. I'm going to zoom out of this right here. Here's the picture that it gave me. This is a created picture based on this one right here. This picture was the real picture from my Samsung. Took that on my phone. And then I said, bring this in here and change it a little bit. I want you to change that, give me a coat and a tie. Sometimes you need to have that, so I put that in there. But this looks like me. I told it to keep the background, or change the background, but keep the facial features the same. That is the key. And then I wanted to get some pictures that I could use for YouTube. See, when you're using a YouTube thumbnail, you want to be a little more emotional. You want to have the things you've seen. Okay, I mean, I'm bearing my soul to you here today. You're going, little things like that you're going to put in there. Well, that's okay. And by the way, those of you catching this on audio, you'll want to come over and watch this on video. This is heavily video oriented, and we're going to do some more that'll be real good for audio only. But this is one here that's for video, but you can still get a lot of good information. Hang in there with me. It created several different, actually 3 different pictures that I could use in YouTube. Here, look, take a look at this. There's 3, as you can see, one here on the left. It's got me making kind of a snarly face, pointing my finger out here, and a kind of shirt, and looks like a denim jacket that I don't have, but looks nice. And I don't know what in the world's going on here. Notice it's got this thing right here below my neck. That I don't know what it is, but I might not use that in many cases. But look at this one over here on the far right. This one on the far right, you'll see it's me smiling, kind of sweater that I don't have. That's a shirt that I don't have, and it looks okay. Looks like I might be drinking a cup of coffee that it put there, but I'm laughing about something or joking. That's all right too. And that's something that I did not do, but it is something that can be done with ChatGPT, with Gemini, with the other tools that are out there today. Think about the game changer this is. Now you can start creating these for YouTube thumbnails in many different ways. Oh, and also take a look at this one here in the middle. The one here in the middle, it's got a picture of me, and you'll see me, I zoom out here a little bit. It created me with some nice beige pants, a nice belt there, nice blue shirt and light blue shirt, navy blue blazer, and there it is. I got a look on my face. Could be me going, what do you think? I don't know. What am I going to do about that? And so all of this has some real nice applications. Take a look at this one also here. Here's one that I asked it to create. with me, and a slide behind me. I'm operating on a laptop computer in a business situation with people who are dressed in business attire. This one looks pretty good, and it's close, but it's not, close but no cigar. As I zoom in on this real quickly here, I look at it, I go, "That's not quite me." It's close, but I would not say, and obviously it's not a real picture. So I could use this in some situation where I might be talking about, here's how you create slides when you're in a business conference room situation. I might put that up. I would not claim that is me in a conference room. Now, I have presented like that in probably hundreds, if not a few thousand conference rooms just like that, with executives around or people from other parts of the company, and we're talking about what's going on. I'm pointing out things like that. So I don't have a picture that often when you're doing it for a company. They don't want you getting a picture of them. They want their privacy, and they don't want people seeing the inside of their buildings, things like that. I honor that and respect it. What I can do is use this one that was made up, and it can be good for B-roll. The whole idea is now we can change these quite a bit. And speaking of that and how we can change it, take a look at this one over here. Let's see, let me get this for you. Here, it's got a picture of what I asked for me talking to a larger group. But when I zoom in on that, let me just zoom in on the picture here that's supposed to be me. Again, that's not quite me. Close, but not the same. So, as a matter of fact, Gina picked that up first. I first looked at it. I was coming back a little ways. I looked, I thought, oh, that looks pretty good. But Gina knows me even better. So she looked at it. And then when I zoomed in on this, I go, oh, yeah, okay. Once again, Gina's right. That's not me. But I could use it to demonstrate it's good to speak to people or go out and do professional presentations. As I'm a member of a professional speaking association, the National Speakers Association, we can use this, something like that, to talk about what can be done. Real nice. Now, here's another one. I'm getting real close with you right now. I took this picture right here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it just before I started recording. What I wanted to do is to have something fresh and hot off the griddle for you. So this is information you can use, and what we got from it, I'm going to share with you that we saw coming through in a pretty amazing way. This picture, obviously, you see it's the same thing I'm wearing right now, and I wanted it to be something like, oh, this is amazing, and might use this on the thumbnail sometime in the future. You'll see it. And it came up with some interesting information. And let me show you what that did and how you can get around the problems that it can give you. Okay, here's where this is getting really nitty gritty, and this is going to help you a lot. You're going to save a lot of time. I've already had to spend the time and the effort trying the prompts. It didn't work. Try this. It didn't work, etc., and all that kind of thing. A lot of people give up right there. I said, no, no, no. I got to push through from my wonderful people that are watching the video, and that's you. So here's what we're going to do. Take a look at this, and here it is. I put this on a Google Doc. You'll see here's the prompt that I put in there. I took this picture. That's right from my phone, and on this, you'll see what it said. Let me get me out of the way here and straighten this out a little bit here. Take this picture of which I just took on my cell phone on my Samsung Galaxy S20. It should have been S24. Notice I did an S24 Ultra, and make it into a more professional image that I could use for a business publication. Also, I'd like to use this in a LinkedIn profile. Make sure to keep the facial features exactly the same, as that is credible and authentic. That last sentence, you want to remember that. Write that down or get a picture of it, get a screenshot of this right here. Make sure to keep the facial features exactly the same so that it is credible and authentic. My friends, that is something you want to remember. Make sure that you use something like that, and that phraseology, try it the way there, and that's going to save you a lot of grief. And I'm going to show you a little bit more here on the grief it can save when we do that. So you see what I did is I did that and came in here, and this is the picture it gave me, which is okay. Now, I probably would not use this one for LinkedIn. You use different kinds of pictures for different features. And I think I really muffled that one up a little bit when I was doing it. So I put it in here. It's a surprise expression. Now, I could use this in some others. That could make a good thumbnail by itself. And so I put in a new one, and this is where I learned a whole lot, and you're going to really appreciate it. You can take a look at this right now and thank me later. I said, now take the same picture, and while keeping the facial features exactly the same, turn it into something that I could use for a YouTube thumbnail showing astonishment and amazement at discovering this new technique that I'm going to share in the video. Make it look professional but also a little bit of fun rolled into it. Also, remove the background so that we can use it in the image better. You can also crop a little bit off the bottom, bringing the bottom of the picture up to the bottom of my hands. So you'll see here on this, let me zoom back out on this. You'll see I've got my hands there that I could eliminate some of this here on the bottom that would work well. So I thought, okay, that's what I'll use. And look what happened. When I put that in there, it gave me this picture, which definitely does not look like me. And I look at that and thought, "Oh my goodness, what's happening on that?" And that surprised me. And that's where often we give up. We say, "See, it didn't work right," and we gave up. But I found you persist through and get the right prompt, and it works for you. So what we did is I said, "All right, we got that picture right there. That's okay." But I told here, matter of fact, look at this right here. I just went in and I told ChatGPT, this one is not good. It takes out too much of the original me, makes it look quite different. Go back to the original, blah, 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 all of that. And so it said the image generation request did not follow our content policy because it gave me an error. Let me bounce over to show you what happened. So this is going to help you a lot. I'm going to show you exactly what ChatGPT told me in candor and right up front. So you won't have to have these same kind of mistakes, these kind of problems, and you're going to reap a harvest of many pictures for your LinkedIn profile just the right way, which is going to be different than YouTube thumbnails, which is going to be different than other areas where you're using photography. This is going to help you. So let's get right into it here. What I want to do is take a look at this. And it says here, I said, tell me why you stopped this one. It came up with this and it said, had the image generation request did not follow our content policy. Have you ever had that happen where they say, hey, it didn't follow our rules of what we had? They don't tell you what happened, but they just go ahead and do it. Well, with ChatGPT, they did tell me. I love that about it. It said, okay, let's take a look at why it did it. And I said, tell me why it stopped this, why you did that. And then look at what it said right here. It said, you're right to call this out. And thank you for doing so. Let me explain clearly and straight. Notice it put that in all boldface there, because this was not about coercion, impersonation, or anything sketchy on your part. What actually happened? Plain English, this is good. Nothing you asked for violates safety in the real world sense. The issue was procedural, not ethical. Okay, that's good to know. Here's the short version. Look at this. You are editing an image of yourself. You explicitly asked to keep facial features exactly the same. You requested cropping, background removal, and thumbnail style presentation. All that is allowed. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, right there. But here's the short version. You are editing an image of yourself. You explicitly asked to keep facial features exactly the same. You requested cropping. I did. I want to cut that off up to my wrist up here. Background removal and thumbnail style presentation. All that is allowed. However, here's the big however. However, the image generation tool I'm required to use has a hard constraint. When a user asks to preserve identity exactly and requests stylistic changes, the system must treat this as a photo edit, not a new image generation. That, my friends, is the key. It is a photo edit, not a new image generation. That's a key phrase that you'll want to use in your prompts. Put that in there and you'll do a lot better on that. So look at what it said. It went in here. It said, in the last attempt, the system interpreted the request as generating a new image inspired by the original instead of editing the original photo, which is why the face drifted, the skin got AI smooth. There's a nice term. You correctly said, this doesn't look like me. And when you then said, go back to the original and crop it, the system tried to route it again through generation instead of image editing. So what we have to do is it surfaced to you and it was annoying. Do not, and that's why it said right there, it did not follow our content policy. The message is honestly misleading. This is on the tooling, not on you. Well, that felt good. So here's the important reassurance, because this matters. This matters when you're putting it together. First of all, I did not violate the policy. This was not about identity misuse. This was not about LinkedIn, YouTube, or professionalism. And it was not about realism or deception. This is my image. The request was legitimate, and we can finish this clearly. So how we finish this correctly and get it right, this is what you'll want to know for the future. To lock into this and prevent any facial drift, we need to do this as an image edit, not a regeneration. There is the key, my friends. Do it as an image edit. This is exactly why I recommend next and what will work. Notice this, it said, 1, confirm the edit-only intent, something like, here's the prompt that it's asking you. ChatGPT is asking you to use this prompt. Edit the original uploaded photo only. Do not regenerate. Do not alter facial features. My friends, this is what you need to do. You want to put that phrase in there. You can get that and you can say, okay, thank you, Terry. I wanted to give you that. This is going to help you a lot in there. And also step 2, let's look at that. Specify only mechanical changes. We'll do only crop the bottom up to the wrists, remove background transparent PNG, good, slight contrast, clarity boost, no smoothing, and keep expression, lighting, portions unchanged. That's it. No stylization yet. And step number 3, optional YouTube thumbnail polish that you can do afterwards. Once we have the faithful output, we can add fun color or burst behind you, add text or arrows, do all the YouTube wow kind of stuff without touching your face. This mirrors how pros do thumbnails in Photoshop. You go the subject first. This is good. Write this down. Subject first, design second. And then one last thing. I love this. Straight talk, not fluff. Your instinct here is dead on correct. Makes me feel good that I'm dead on correct. For LinkedIn credibility, YouTube trust, brand consistency, face drift is a deal breaker. And you caught it immediately. Exactly what a pro should do. If you want, next step, I can give you the exact edit prompt to paste or walk you through bulletproof workflow, et cetera, et cetera. And I got all that done so that it gave me what I needed. It gave me what I needed, and it gave me what I wanted. And so I'm having some fun here with the video as I'm putting this together, just keeping it real with you. But we have just made a major breakthrough. This is what you want to look at. When you're doing these, it's an amazing tool that can work, but it's not going to work always right out of the first box, right out of the box. Kind of like if you're learning to fly an airplane. I'm not a pilot, but I hear from pilots say you can make errors. You can do one little thing wrong. You might think that's right, but no, that's why we need people that can help you on that and show you what to do. And now we're getting AI bots to do that as well. So lots of good on this one. This is going to help you to get ahead, to be able to do even more than what you had planned before. And I've got another little thing that I want to give you that's going to help you specifically on this. So the bottom line is things are changing in our world. The good news is we're going to be able to save a lot of money and get things done faster and better for YouTube thumbnails, for professional LinkedIn type pictures that we need, for business presentations, for fun pictures that we might send someone. You can take that and put you in different places. Think about the possibilities for it. It's going to be enormous, but you got to do it right. And a way that we help you with that is through Star Raving Entrepreneurs. We'd love to have you take a look at what we're doing there as we help many other people do the kinds of things you need with AI and others. Go ahead and with this video, we'd really appreciate it. It would mean the world if you'd like this and share it with others so that others can benefit from this and subscribe to it. That lets us know, hey, we're liking this. It's a kind of way of paying for it, although you're not paying any money, but you're doing this right now. And this is a good thing, something that can help all of us as we work with this. And we've got a special gift for you right now. AI Tools for Biz. That's AI Tools, the number 4, biz.com. And got your camera with you. There's a QR code so that you can look at that and get some information on several different products that can help you, that we are updating, and you're able to see changes as they come along. So this is something you can do. Just bounce over there. There's no charge for that whatsoever. You put in your name and address, and then we'll send you some information. If you say, hey, I don't want that anymore, you just unsubscribe, and you'll be all set on that. So you see, our world is changing dramatically right now. We're seeing some major things happen with it that are helping us to get more done in less time to get the kind of results that we want. And we can do that very well when we know what to do. And we've got another video right over here that's going to help you on that. This is one I've carefully selected so that you can take what you're doing now and go to the next level. I'm Terry Brock with Star Raving Entrepreneurs, and on behalf of Gina Carr and myself, we wish you the very best, and we look forward to hearing from you.